And finally, we had a mat design, a patent pending, company name, product name, a logo, and even a website. Everything started to look great on paper. But there was one small problem. We had no idea how we were actually going to make these mats at scale. Up to this point, we only had one mat, the prototype that we had made for ourselves. While it was great for us, it wasn't quite going to cut it if we wanted to start selling these to other people. So we started looking for a manufacturer, and let me tell you, that was not easy. First, we looked in the US. We figured, hey, if we can find someone here, this will be a lot simpler. No shipping headaches, no language barriers, no time differences. But we started calling around, reaching out to suppliers in the US and even Canada, but pretty quickly we hit a wall. The quotes that we were getting back were just way too high. If we went with those numbers, we would have to sell our mats at such a high price that no one would buy them. We wanted this to be a product that regular families could afford, not some luxury item with a crazy price tag. So after weeks of striking out in the US and Canada, we realized we had to look overseas. And now this was intimidating. We had never imported anything. We didn't know the first thing about working with a factory in another country. But we figured if we wanted this to work, we had to at least try. And that's when we came across this app called Made in China. It's kind of like a giant marketplace full of suppliers and factories. You can search for products, contact manufacturers, and negotiate prices. Honestly, it felt a little sketchy at first. We weren't sure if it was legit or if we'd just end up wiring money into a black hole. Despite our suspicions, we started sending messages, dozens of them. We explained our product, sent photos of our prototype, described our vinyl top layer with a slotted core design, and asked if anyone could make it for us. The responses were kind of all over the place. Some suppliers said no problem, but didn't sound too trustworthy. Some of us gave us quotes that seemed way too good to be true, and some just didn't respond at all. After a while, we narrowed it down to one supplier that seemed pretty solid. They actually read our messages, answered our questions, and sent back detailed information. That gave us a lot of confidence. But even once we got started, the process was painfully slow. The time difference between Iowa and China was brutal. By the time that they started work in the morning, we were just headed to bed. So basically every day we got one message back and forth. One. If we had 5 questions, that meant 5 days of waiting. And when you're trying to get every little detail right on a product that you're about to invest thousands of dollars into, that waiting time is torture. We asked them about the foam thickness, the vinyl color options, the slot spacing, everything. We wanted this mat to be exactly like the one that we had built for ourselves. It just took weeks of back and forth, but eventually we got the details locked in. A 6-foot by 12-foot mat, 1.5 inches thick, the vinyl top layer, and half the mat's in white and the other half in blue. So that was all of our progress up to this point. We had a supplier lined up, all of our mat details figured out, and we were finally getting closer to production. But then we hit our next challenge, shipping. How do you take these giant mats made in a factory halfway around the world and get them shipped to Iowa without blowing our budget? And that's exactly what we'll get into in our next episode, episode 6. How we stumbled our way through the world of freight forwarding, inspections, and all of the other things that we didn't know.